Hey guys, this is Pharaoh 2091 and welcome back to Let's Play Ace Attorney Investigations 2 Prosecutor's Path. The last time we left off, we were investigating using one of Gumshoe's secret tools, which we ended up using Missile, and after going off on a sidetrack there with the brownies there or whatever, we ended up in J. Elbert's cell, where apparently there was a secret tunnel going to Knightley's cell, and now we're looking for J. Elbert. Did you contact the police? Well, yes, ma'am. We've already done that. We set up a security perimeter around the prison, ma'am. Right. This is the first scandal in our prison's history. We're so sorry. She's completely different from before. Mr. Edgeworth, was it? Thank you for finding the escapee's tunnel, but it's a little too late. Miss Albert has long since left here. I don't believe it's gone beyond the detention center. There are security gates located at the exit of the detention center. I believe it would have been difficult to get through those, wouldn't you agree? Maybe he has another tunnel. You certainly can't deny that possibility. However, anyway, there's no use in you being here right now. Please return to your investigation. Yes, we'll do that. You guys get back to your posts too. Well, yes, ma'am. Detective Gumshoe, sir. We've got the results of that blood test you requested. Good work, pal. These are the forensic results of the blood stain we found in Knightley's cell. So, what's it say, Mr. Edgeworth? The blood is confirmed to have been Knightley's. Okay then, there we go. Hey now, that's good news. We found the blood stain in Knightley's cell and discovered the tunnel the dog used. Furthermore, the security camera shows footage of a dog attacking Knightley in his cell. We have all the evidence we need. It's time we ask Dogen a few questions. Dogen, did you say? Please use utmost caution. That man even has henchmen outside of the prison. Outside of the prison? Is this related to his secret trade routes as a supplier? The police have been searching for Dogen's henchmen for ages. I've also been helping them, but, so that means back then... Oh yeah, they're talking about him. Yep. Okay then, that makes sense now. Okay. Come on, we all know this. One tough cookie. Definitely is. You had evidence transferred from the precinct. Yes, we borrowed all the evidence concerning Dogen. I've been interrogating him personally in my office, but no matter how much evidence we have on him, we can't get a single word out of him. The warden interrogates him herself? Why go that far? Lose your focus and he'll eat you alive. Be on your guard. Whoa, you've made Uncle Ray a little nervous there. Maybe we should be a little bit nervous concerning this guy. And look who it is on the right. Oh, they're gonna give me issues. There's Courtney. What are you doing here? Questioning a prisoner. Did you forget that we're investigating as well? Or rather, have you forgotten my warning? If you value your badge, you should have not appeared before me again. I'm sorry you thought I would abide by those words. I won't overlook something important just to heed your warning. I've come for a testimony about the truth of this case which you have overlooked. You mean to say you require my humble services? It appears that way. As I promised, I returned to prove that you are the culprit. Interesting. Do tell. Before that, you should first listen to our reasoning. We can say with confidence that Simon Keyes is the culprit. Only Simon Keyes could have moved Mr. Knightley into the prison. And we can show proof of this fact. But first, I'd like to hear your resolve, Prosecutor Edgeworth. If our reasoning is correct, will you submit it to us? Your prosecutor's badge. No! You'll deprive him of his badge? Is that a threat, pal? No, it's not a threat. Rather, an act of compassion. Normally, I wouldn't even have taken notice of you since you have no right to investigate. However, if you are able to show proper resolve, I would be willing to let you be my opponent. Are you willing to risk it? Your prosecutor's badge? Mr. Edgeworth! Mr. Edgeworth, sir! Seems like he might. Very well. I trust my own reasoning. But moreover, at the moment, I am currently a defense attorney's assistant first and a prosecutor second. I will not sully the good name of the Edgeworth law offices. I intend to see my job through. I won't yield to your threats. So be it. Is this bravery, or simply foolishness? On the goddess of law's behalf, I shall be the judge of that. Sebastian, allow me to... Yeah, I got it. I'm counting on you, Justine. Oh, you're going down, woman. You're going down. I presume you know the incident Mr. Knightley caused the day before yesterday. He attacked a guard and stole his keys. Afterwards, Simon Keyes stopped by himself an animal cage from the show. During this time, Mr. Knightley was able to use the stolen key to exit his cell. He then hid in a cage while he was moved to a prison workroom. So, Mr. Keyes went to his cell after all. After hearing you talk about the security camera yesterday, we investigated it ourselves. Why don't you have a look? I have here a printout of the security camera footage. This is the moment when Mr. Keyes visited Knightley. Exactly. As you can see, the cage creates a huge blind spot in the cell. By using this blind spot, Mr. Knightley could have entered the cage. That is our reasoning. Blind spot. That means the camera doesn't actually show him entering the cage. At this time, there's still a possibility that Knightley never left his cell. But what would be hiding inside an animal cage? Why would be? Mr. Knightley was planning to escape from prison. That is the only possibility. A prison escape? Well, that's so cool. First Mr. Albert and now Mr. Knightley. I won't let them show me up. Okay, this isn't the time to get excited. J. Albert's escape is no laughing matter. Simon Keyes was aiding Mr. Knightley in his escape. In other words, he was an accomplice. Not bad, Simon. Don't praise him! That cage was transported temporarily to the workroom. Originally, Mr. Knightley was to remain hidden until the end of the animal show. He would then be carried out along with the cage. I presume that was the plan. However, midway through the plan, he was betrayed by Simon Keyes and murdered. Judge Courtney's reasoning does appear to make sense. However, there must be a hole somewhere. I must not overlook anything. So it seems like I'm going to have to press on some issues here. We do know about the issue. Apparently he attacked the... Okay, well... Let's hear more about this, actually. Did we actually get that much information regarding that? Do you have proof that Knightley stole the keys? It is the only explanation as to why Mr. Knightley would have attacked the guard. We will know for certain the moment the guard regains consciousness. Is that really true? Should I ask Judge Courtney for more information? I don't see why not. There's one point in your reasoning that is odd. If Knightley did indeed steal the keys, I expect he'd try to escape immediately. Was it really necessary for him to wait for Mr. Keyes to help him escape? He simply chose the method with the highest probability of success. After stealing a key, he concealed it into his personage, whatever, as he waited for an opportune moment. That is what I believe. Concealed the key. Judge Courtney, such an oversight is unlike you. Knightley could not have concealed the key, and I can prove it. Knightley did not hide the key, and the proof is... Well... Oh, wait a minute. Didn't they say they never even found the key? During the attack on the guard, a key to Knightley's cell was stolen. Yeah, it's unknown. So, I would assume they must have searched his body, so... Yeah. How... He can't hide the key. Haven't the guards informed you yet? They searched Knightley after he attacked the guard, and the key was nowhere to be found. And since the key's location is unknown, your logic doesn't even hold. That is not an issue. There's an explanation. Mr. Knightley had the key. It simply wasn't found. The reason being, he concealed it inside a chessboard. The chessboard. You mean the one that concealed the murder weapon? Come now, how do we know whether or not the murder weapon was really there? What? Then take some responsibility for your own words. Oh man, excuse me. That was Sebastian's idea after all. So, those two don't always agree on their reasoning. In other words, once we put all the pieces together, Mr. Knightley concealed the key he stole from the guard inside the chessboard. When Simon Keyes arrived, Mr. Knightley used the key to slip out of his cell. He entered the animal cage and was transported to the workroom. All thanks to his accomplice, Simon Keyes. Mr. Knightley had planned to be carried outside after his show had ended. However, he was betrayed by his accomplice and murdered during a circus performance. Mr. Keyes performed in a show. He would have had no opportunity to murder him during a circus performance. No opportunity? Is that so? A story plays itself out on the stage, and such was the case with the animal show. So she examined the content of the show. The suspect plays the role of the villain who antagonizes the elephant heroine. In the final act, the villain is defeated by heroine's love and all ends well. At that point, the suspect, in the role of the villain, is blown away by the heroine's burning love and makes his exit. Blown away? By the elephant? Was he hurt? After being blown away, the suspect disappeared from the stage. The suspect was absent from the stage for about 15 minutes. Are you saying a crime was committed during that time? Even in such a short period of time, it would still be possible to carry out the murder. Don't you think so? Well, I guess. So he committed a crime in 15 minutes and then returned to the stage. That may have been possible if the crime scene had been the prison. Judge Courtney, the actual crime took place in the detention center. I'm afraid I cannot accept that camera footage alone as evidence. As for evidence, I have it. Well then, please show us your evidence. Where is the evidence that shows the scene of the crime was the detention center? And we just found this out too, according to the forensic analysis. We know that the blood on the white floor belongs to Knightley, so I think that's enough evidence right there. This is the floor? Oh, goddess of law, I am unable to comprehend your mysterious ways. This is what we discovered. The area here was tested positive for Mr. Knightley's blood. Oh, we actually got her a little bit. This blood test. Can it really be trusted? To begin with, how were you able to conduct a scientific investigation? Well, we know people. I happen to have a subordinate. I can't vouch for his competence, but he is a man that I trust. Okay, he's like, oh man, that kinda hurt. That detective, this concerns me. I cannot think why one disturbed the order of law. The prosecutorial investigation committee, I can never say that damn word, influence goes as far as the police department. Gummy's in trouble! Forgive me, detective. I'm afraid something bad may come of this. I will accept the fate that blood was found in the detention center as evidence. However... Ha 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 ha! How ridiculous! This is unthinkable of you, you third-rate prosecutor! Mr. DeBest, you're here? I completely forgot about him. There's a giant contradiction in your statement there. According to the security tape, a dog killed Knightley in his cell. Then, after he left the cell, the blood on the floor was wiped away. Ah! Did a dog wipe away the bloodstains? As if that could happen. That is possible. Of my Anubis, right, boy? What? That was one of his tricks I taught him while I was still in the outside world. He makes sure to hide any bloodstains he makes. So as not to leave behind any evidence. Well, there you go. I was saved, if only by chance. Shouldn't you have taught your dog to shake or something? Anubis also performs that trick very well, but the shake I taught him is a little different from others. First, he bites the victim's hand. Stop! Stop, stop, stop! I don't want to hear anymore! I see. I understand. Prosecutor Edgeworth. It appears you've gathered a good hand. I'm glad you understand. My argument isn't over yet! Damn it all. Objection overruled. Hey now, that's a little harsh. Sebastian, would you allow me the privilege of explaining? Sure, Justine. Did you finally realize? The murder occurred in a detention center. Therefore, the assassin's pet dog. My opinion has not changed, unless I can understand how the dog was able to enter and leave the crime scene. I'm afraid I cannot accept your logic, Prosecutor Edgeworth. I've been waiting for you to say that. Now let me show you. This evidence shows the route the dog used to go between a detention center and a prison. And easily enough, it would be the, well, the tunnel footprints, because, well, there's footprints that look like a dog's, and well, there's a tunnel, so that makes sense. This photo! It shows a secret tunnel hidden in the prison. That's impossible! A secret tunnel? Why the hell do it like that? This tunnel was dug by the escaped prisoner, J. Albert. It begins in his prison cell, and it's connected to a holding cell in the detention center. Namely, the victim's cell. I'm shocked. How did this... Dogan? Or Doggin? I'll get his name right one way or another. I'm sure I'm getting comments how to say his name, but because I'm recording this in bulk, I do not know. You must have known this, since you used this tunnel to commit murder. Oh, the shock. In the name of the goddess of law, I hereby reject Prosecutor Edgeworth's claim. What do you mean? Evidence is everything. That remains true here, just as in the courtroom. Isn't that right? I have evidence here. Horace Knightley's autopsy report. His autopsy report? Since when? Why are you surprised? This was delivered straight from the police a short while ago. It's not complete yet, more of a preliminary report. Here, the very word of the goddess of law is written. Cause of death, stab wound to the neck, died instantly. Murder weapon, sharp metal object, not shart. That's disgusting. Sharp metal object. The victim was stabbed multiple times in the same spot with a sharp object. Although they were unable to determine the actual shape of the murder weapon, they have clear proof that it was a sharp metal object. So, do you still stand by your claim that a dog used a sharp metal object to kill the victim? This can't be! That is all. The court is adjourned. But wait! The tunnel contains the dog's footprints! Perhaps it may have been one of Anubis' walking courses. I can never tell what Anubis gets to outside my cell. Something feels unnatural about all this, but I have no evidence. Courtney Pye, you sure pulled out a hidden gem at the very last moment. She waited for the perfect time to reveal the autopsy report. Have I let her outwit me again? Appointed Attorney Shields. Here is the autopsy report from earlier. I apologize for the delay. No, it's alright. Thank you. Alright, well, there we go. I gladly accept it. Mr. Shields, I don't believe it's necessary to hold hands while exchanging documents. I advise you to stop. Huh? Persist any longer, and I shall call on the strength of the goddess of law. I'll be careful. Justine, well done, just as I planned. I only acted in accordance to your instructions. The autopsy report came straight from the police. I can't refute it. However, if the murder weapon wasn't the dog, then Dogan will be clear of suspicion. The merciful goddess of law so decrees. If you choose to yield now, your badge will not be taken. What will you do, sir? She says that, but... My answer remains the same. Judge Courtney, it is as I said before. I will see my job through. I will not yield to threats. So even now, you still refuse to give up. If you want to keep your badge, this may be your last chance. Right now, I am defense attorney's assistant. What I protect is not my badge, but my client. The goddess of law grows weary of your sentiment. Now we're talking! Miles is starting to understand that defense attorney never gives up. Actually, those were the words of your old man. My father? It really is in your blood. You're a spitting image of him right now. You said it yourself, you're changed since you were tainted by Von Karma. It's only now that I've actually come to believe it. Mr. Shields. Well then, Miles. Now's the time to put those skills to the test. Think beyond your limits. If the murder weapon was a sharp object, does that really negate your reasoning? The murder weapon was a sharp object? Well, that's it! There were 5 chisels placed inside of a prison cell. Dogen is a former assassin. It's quite possible he could kill someone with just a chisel. In that case, the weapon that killed Horace Knightley was... Is that all? Well then, I suppose you'll be giving up. Evidence is everything. Didn't you say? The murder weapon was a sharp metal object. However, such a weapon has yet to be found. What? What are you trying to say? The only decisive evidence is the actual murder weapon itself. And that was in plain sight this whole time. The real murder weapon is... Dogen's chisel! What did you say? Take responsibility for your own statements. The scent of the crime scene was Mr. Knightley's cell. The scene of the crime was Mr. Knightley's cell. You said so yourself. If the evidence changes, then so will my logic. That too is the courtroom procedure, is it not? If the chisel is used, that means the killer was human. However, the fact remains that we cannot deny the security photo. Yeah, what about that photo? I'll give you the answer. This photo shows a moment. The moment of what? The moment that we'll find out in the next episode, guys. So, as usual, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys next time for Let's Play Ace Attorney Investigations 2 Prosecutor's Path. I'll see you guys later.